The deaths in Guyana have raised serious questions about how religious movements can get off track. News Center 4 reporter Rita Diamond consulted with the head of a Christian research center in Anaheim. Here's what she found out.
An American congressman murdered. 3 American journalists murdered. A woman temple member murdered. More than 400 men, women, and children commit suicide or are murdered. A tragedy unparalleled in history. A tragedy almost too overwhelming for human understanding. The people of the People's Temple were mostly black from low-income backgrounds. It is thought they joined because the temple gave them a sense of purpose, a place to belong. But we are learning the temple was not a place of great joy. It was a place of public beatings, public humiliation. Members were coerced into surrendering their meager life savings. They were forced to sign suicide pledges. Why did they stay? Why did they submit to a Jim Jones? Why did so many die at Jonestown?
Now, the person is conditioned into this gradually, isolated, indoctrinated, made dependent, and then taught that everybody who contradicts this is indeed their enemy. They develop what could be called a religious paranoia, in which everybody's against us, so we all hang together.
How are they made, though, to believe this to the point where they give up life savings, they give up property, and they go to something that's touted as the promised land and end up committing suicide or murder?
They reach out for whoever's going to meet that need at the moment. They place their faith in that person, mistaken, zealous, dedicated faith. The person leads them away from any previous authority figure, and suddenly they are trapped by the fact that they have no place else to go. They can't go back. And down there in Guyana, what you had was the ultimate logical conclusion, the homicidal and the suicidal tendency, when a person inevitably gets so pushed and so isolated and puts so much confidence in another human being that they become dependent upon them to the point of life and death.
These, of course, are only possible partial answers, possible partial explanations. The world, after all, has never fully understood how an Adolf Hitler happened. Though we are left with a lack of comprehension, perhaps Jonestown did, briefly, shake us out of complacency. Rita Diamond, News Center 4.